So I'm in the back of the shop now, and this is a 2025 NuCanoe Unlimited. And I went with this one for a couple of reasons. One, I love the weight capacity of this kayak, 600 pounds, right? So it's going to be very hard for you to put that much weight on here, but this kayak is designed for 1, 2 people, 3, or even 4, depending on the size. You know, you could take an adult and multiple kids. You can take 2 adults and some kids, yourself and a big dog and a ton of gear. I also like how this kayak drains. There are scupper plugs all throughout the NuCanoe. I love how open it is. So like when I took the kids to the water, you know, I had my 2-year-old sitting up here, feet in the water. You know, my 8-year-old or 9-year-old could be in the front or in the back. And it just gives you a ton of space. I'm going to show you what it looks like with and without the pod. Also, we're going to go ahead and install an NK300. We're going to put a box on here. I'm going to gear some stuff up. Just so we can see what this looks like. But the NuCanoe Unlimited does great in rough water. It's 41 inches wide, which gives you just so much stability. I can step off of the dock and onto this kayak, even being 6'5", 250. It doesn't rock, it doesn't move. I usually recommend this to people who are on the bigger side or do want to take a bunch of gear. I absolutely do love the swivel seat. Being able to get in and get off, or just kind of tilt it to the side, you know, if you're cruising down the bank, feet in the water, fishing, casting, the swivel seat is an absolute must for me now after using it. I like how high the seat sits, so you do get a lot of visibility. You're able to move the seat back and forward throughout almost all of the kayak, so you can, you know, position your weight how you want it. You can give yourself more room in the front or in the back. You can use the pedal steering, which is up here, or you can use the hand steering, which is back here and goes right nicely into here with the forward and back motion. So let's start rigging it up, show you guys what I'm going to be doing with this kayak, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so this is how I would set it up for tournament style. I mean, depending on the tournament, I would probably have a bow mount on here too. But here you have the NuCanoe pod up front. Great for storage, for, you know, extra clothes, dry bag, drone, fishing gear. I'd have some string in here. I'd have some extra stuff that I probably wouldn't use too often, but I always want to make sure I have, like my fishing license, boater's card, whatever, would just stay in here. And then depending on my setup, if I was running 2 fish finders or not, I could have them up here and kind of, you know, extend them or have them leaning over, which is a great option. But really, really like this up here. Running back, I'd either have my fish finder again on the side or up front. Or, you know, you'd either have, you know, for those of you guys running live scope, you'd have live scope, your pole over here on this side, and more than likely both fish finders up front. Or you can also, because of the rails, put them on the rails where you're seated as well, so you can position it exactly how you want it. As far as under the seat storage, if you guys know me, I love under the seat storage. Also love a lot of things that are made in the USA. So just like the NuCanoe, I would have this filled with terminal tackle. You can also fit some 3700s in here, but I would probably have smaller tackle in here and then a bunch of my soft plastics or stuff that I was going to use a lot that day. And then this just slides and goes under the seat. Again, I love the NuCanoe seat, really comfortable, easy to adjust. And one thing you may not be thinking about is easy to leave your seat in here while you're on the road. You just take this strap, unclip it, and you can lay your seat absolutely flat so that you can travel with your seat on the kayak. So that makes it very, very useful. Another thing I've added 2 small gear tracks on the side for cell phone or GoPro, just so that they're right here and super convenient, and next to my electrical access for the kayak or anything that I want to drill right here. Just makes it super convenient, really easy. Just drill those 2 screws in there and it's right there. Moving to the back, still have the Yak Attack track packs on there. They are super convenient. You can reach around, have some of your bait or your discarded lures in there, and then maybe some of the tools or anything you want to take in the bottom one as well. Moving to the back, I have the 13 by 16 plus the 16 by 16. So you can store your batteries and extra gear back here, maybe some switches, however you want to wire it. And then you can use the 16 by 16 for all of your tackle, or you could just have random stuff that you may use in case of an emergency or just to have with you back here, and then your 16 by 16 here. But guys, without having a custom box or anything, just two of the yak attacks, you have the 16 by 16 and the 13 by 16, and it uses up a good amount of space back here, easy access, easy to take in and off of the kayak. I really like this setup. Moving to the back, you have the NK300, really efficient. It's clearly gonna move you in the way that you wanna go on the water. I love the steering and the turn radius back here with the NK, especially with just the single foot control. And then also in the back, I do have my measuring board, which is easy just to clip off and click on. And then obviously the yak attack pole for the camera. And then moving up here, you could either have, and this is a cool thing about adding this, you can either have your steering up here if you want to do that, or you can move it right here. And that's why I really like adding these two right here. It just, you know, these small rails, because it just makes it so easy to move gear that you want to have really close to you, really simple. So whether it's a cell phone, whether it's a throttle, no matter what it is, you can have it right there at your fingertips and adjust it however you need it. So I would run it right here just because it's a lot closer, it's a lot easier. And I leave this entire track open for things that I want, whether it's transducers or cup holders or the yak attack, track packs, which I would probably have one right here that's separated with some of the lures that I'm gonna be using a lot that day. The only thing that's missing from this right now is the nav lights up front and registration numbers, because I have to go do that later on. This is me just picking it up and kind of showing you guys how I would rig it up on the water and how I would have it set up for tournaments. But the great thing about this kayak, guys, is I can take all of this off, leave my motor on, put another seat on here, take one of the kiddos, take the wife out. I had, you know, 2 of my kids, sometimes 3 of my kids on this kayak before, and they're walking along the gunnels while I'm sitting in, jumping in the water, jumping back in the kayak, and it does not move. 41 inches wide, again, 600-pound weight capacity. This kayak is phenomenal. And then for those of you guys who are still wanting to car top a bigger kayak, you can strip this thing down just to the bare hull. And it's still, if I'm not mistaken, is about 90 pounds or right under 90 pounds, just naked. So still really manageable and long enough where it tracks well, it moves through the water well. We're gonna do some speed tests on this, fully loaded down, and then maybe a little bit lighter just so you guys can see what the speed is on this. But let me know, guys, do you guys like the NuCanoe Unlimiteds? I'm also a fan of the U10 as well. But let me know if you guys want to see more rigging videos on this, how this is really set up, or just some custom stuff that you guys want to see, stability tests, anything like that, let me know. But this is my favorite kayak. This is the NuCanoe Unlimited, just because of how you can customize it, the weight capacity, the stability, and the versatility of it. I like it. It's like a really great pickup truck that you can just, you know, make your own. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one. We're gonna take this out to Berryessa, and instead of doing a kayak review, we're just gonna have a fun day out on the water fishing. So we'll get that set up, and I'll see you out there.